Yeah, and just so you know, I have no intention to ruin a good thing. Like, I'm not going to cheat on Justin. I would never. It's just, I'm petty and dumb and childish, and I want Jim to admit that he likes me, or at least that he's attracted to me. And I want him to eat a dick. But as for James, like, okay, so the thing with James kind of started off with just me wanting to kind of triumph over him, and then I ended up falling in love with him. But now it's like, yeah, I'm like 90% sure he's attracted to me. He just isn't willing to act on it because of his son, but he wouldn't tell me that, like, himself. And now he's going to be, like, moving to Norway for a few months or whatever. But, so, he's never going to, like, admit it to me, but I figure if I approach him as someone else who is, you know, me but not me, like someone that doesn't have a connection with his son, someone who's just like, you know, my personality and, you know, pretty, that, like, I can get him to admit the attraction. But yeah, Justin is amazing. He's got, like, silver hair and a red beard, and he's very, very cute, and he's so snuggly, and, like, he had complaints from previous girlfriends about snoring, so he got himself a CPAP machine. And he still kind of snores in the night, but it's not like terrible. I mean, I still have kind of sensory issues, and it is still fucking hard to get to sleep because he had, like, a spider or something that kept biting me, and it itched, and I kind of still have the bites, but I mean, it was worth it. I had to cuddle up with him, and he'd, like, every so often, he'd just, like, roll over and grab my hand or something, or he'd be cuddling with me just randomly in his sleep. It was so I stayed with him, I stayed with Loki because, now, it's not that I didn't think I deserved better, because I definitely know that I did. It's just that based on, like, the quality of guys that I've met, because I had been on dating sites for, like, 10 years, I just didn't think that better was realistic, and so I just thought I stuck with the guy who could, like, somewhat put up with me, plus, oh my god, his dad is fucking hot. I don't have to worry about that with Justin, though, because, they don't know who his dad is, and also Justin is closer to, like, the age range that I like, because, like, Loki is, like, 23, and Justin is 35, and then James is, like, 43, so, you know. Yeah, Marlene's awesome. Like, she is actually, you know, an artist and very warm and open. She's like the complete opposite of Stina, where Stina's like, you know, she's a quote-unquote artist, but really she just uses it as an excuse to be, flaky, and she's very guarded, but like she's open about the wrong kind of things. I don't know, it's weird. And yeah, Justin's amazing. Like, I really wish I'd met him sooner, because, like, the whole thing about me and Loki is I didn't stay with Loki just because I'm stubborn. Okay. And it's just a social experiment. I was serious about it at first. Like, I was gonna actually change my entire personality and stuff, and then I talked to the social worker, just completely by chance, and she was like, you shouldn't change your entire personality. You're smart as hell. You know, why do you want to do that to yourself? And then, especially since, like, I actually got to spend time with my boyfriend, and he is adorable. Like, Justin holds hands in his sleep. It is so cute. And, he's very cuddly and very just, like, we basically fell asleep watching Rick and Morty and cuddling. And that's the dream, you know. try to see if I can get to know Jim, but as someone, like, he doesn't like Segan Wish, but, like, that's the only reason he doesn't like me, is because of my past with his son. So what I'm trying to do is trying to see, like, if I create a new me using, like, the feminized Snapchat version of my face, which makes me look, like, 70% more Asian, by the way, then would he, like, want to be friends or whatever. So it's like, it's catfishing, but it's not really catfishing, because, like, I'm still kind of me, and it's still kind of, my face is just slightly, like, digitally altered, and it's still my personality, just not, you know, it's not edgy, it's more wholesome, it's more the stuff you'd approve of. I'm a little better, though, because I got to see Justin last weekend, and oh my god, I love him. Like, when I'm with him, and for a little bit after I leave, it's like, I don't really have to think about James. Like, I don't have to care about anything else, because this might actually be happiness and acceptance, and I'm just so not used to it. Like, his mom actually doesn't disapprove of me, and that is so ridiculously rare. Although I'm probably not going to add her on my Facebook until I start mellowing out a little bit more. Currently, I'm on a different Facebook where I'm, like, building up a persona to go along with a new pen name. Basically, I'm going to do a social experiment and try to see if, I don't know, like, a couple weeks ago, or last week, I went to visit Piffy, and, like, everything that she said and did just got on my nerves, and, like, it's the same way with my dad. Sometimes, like, he'll start talking, I'll be like, none of this is new information. I don't need to, you know. So, but then again, I don't really do the whole, like, this fuck off God wants you to do this thing, you know, so I'm going to pretend to be this fuck off God to get you to do something that I, a human, you know, a mortal, want you to do instead. Okay, so she had a nice body at one point, but you also said that she just kind of sits around in her own gravy, so I don't know. Well, okay, because I saw, you know, the picture of her that you sent me. She's pretty plain looking, you know, but I can, like, I guess understand falling in love with someone's, or what you think someone's spirit is. I don't know. Dude, she probably induced that feeling. One thing that empaths can do is, like, force other people to feel what they feel, like projecting their own feelings onto them. So she probably, like, made you feel that way on purpose. But, hey, eventually you were able to get the fog to lift, so that's not as bad as it could be. LOL, what? Okay, still though, like, you could just say, I'm clean. You don't have to mention specific clean body parts. That's a little weird. He would say that she needed the boyfriend to be financially stable. Wow, so she was using him. That's great. And also, why would Loki give, like, I know that you know this now, but why would Loki give a shit? And why should you give a shit? Like, that is literally not your problem whether or not she's financially stable. She was worried that he would break up with her if her house wasn't clean. That doesn't sound like a very stable relationship. I mean, maybe I'm not the kind of person you want to take relationship advice from, but I don't know, something about it just seems weird to me. Yeah, but costume, though. When I think costume, I think like Halloween costume. Um, yeah, and I cannot believe someone would actually want to marry Samantha. I mean, I get that she's probably, like, putting on a show, or, you know what I mean, like, putting on a persona for her long-distance boyfriend and stuff, but I don't know, I just feel sorry for basically anyone in her life that isn't actively working on taking her down, and I feel sorry for, like, anyone who spent money on her, ever. Oh my god, I feel so sorry for this poor girl. $250 is not, yeah, that's not a lot of money, to book a hotel and book a flight and all of that, and food and all of that, but maybe she's riding on someone else's coattails. She wants money for a new costume to get married. Did I read that right? Costume to get married in? Like, okay, to be fair, I plan to get married in my Suiento dress, but that's, like, actually a wedding dress that I have altered. And I got it, like, from the food bank and an old sheet that was lying around, so. What the hell? She made a new friend. Why did she make a new friend? How do people like that keep making friends? Yeah, I kind of hope that people see that no wedding happened and call her out, because, like, people aren't really dumb, and it doesn't really seem like she has a lot of force. True, but wouldn't it be funny if he... I honestly think that you, getting your shit together is like the turning of the tides. Like, whatever's going on with Samantha, whatever good fortune that she has right now, it's not going to last, because you're stepping up, you're taking responsibility for yourself and her life. She's refusing to do that, so things are not going to really go that well for her. And the Christian part of me kind of feels sorry for her, but then the part of me that kind of lives in the world is like, no, she deserves everything that she gets. Honestly, that actually does kind of remind me a little bit of Corey. Like, so there's a lot of stuff in DOF so far, where I kind of gave up taking it seriously and just started making fun of Corey, and, like, I never tried to actually cast a serious actress for her voice. I just do the annoying falsetto thing, so people know they're not really supposed to take her seriously. And yeah, she's kind of, like, she's not quite at the level of Dumpster Mantis, but she was bad in her, her time, and she was emotionally abusive and just awful. But, she, unlike Samantha, has grown out of that. So I don't have any, like, ill will or ill feelings towards her anymore. I did at the time. I was, like, really pissed off at the time that I found out. Dude, Rin was like that, too. I mean, she didn't claim to be victimized by my clothes or anything, but she, I don't know. Like, she was like, you can't say that, it's triggering me, or some shit like that, or... whatever. It gets the fuck on my nerves when people act crazy like that. And that's just such a guilt trip. Like, why would you claim to be victimized by someone's clothes when you could just be like, hey, so you have a look? How about let's maybe try doing this and see how you feel like that instead, kind of thing. I don't really see her as the kind of person who would feel remorse or any kind of, suffer any kind of trauma for killing someone, though. And she really just doesn't have a good idea of how PTSD works. Like, I think I was, like, 3 chapters in. Like, I only have reviewed, I think, the first chapter and I haven't uploaded all the videos and stuff. I haven't edited all the videos, but now, I don't know. I have like 100 projects. I should probably get back on that. Yeah, so that is bullshit. You said that she gets triggered by things like anime. So, yeah, I agree that she doesn't really make that much sense, but I can see how people can be a little bit gullible, I guess. Like, a lot of the shit you've told me about her reminds me of Corey, who is, like, the person who created many of the characters that are in the show that I thought were real, that my alters thought were real. Except that Corey, grew up and grew out of it, by the time she was, like, I think 25, and Samantha just didn't. I mean, not that I'm actually going to do that, because I'm actually happy with, like, the amount of money that I make. Like, I could produce an album. I could technically produce an album this payday, but I don't want to. I want to release more songs to internet radio instead, and just do it, like, piecemeal. But I could produce Elitist if I wanted to.
Well, thanks for inviting me round. I'd better get home now, though.
Oh, the pleasure is mine, really.
Wait, why did you lock the doors?
Did I?
I really can't stay.
Senpai, it's cold outside.
I've got to go away.
Senpai, it's cold outside.
This evening has
And
been
hoping that she
so
dropped in.
very
I'll
nice.
hold your hands there, just like I.
Mother will start to
Oh, my
worry.
love, please don't hurry.
My brother will be pacing the
Listen to
floor.
the fireplace
So
roar.
really I'd better
Oh, my
scurry.
love, please don't worry.
With maybe just half a drink more.
Put some music on while I
The
pour.
neighbors might think,
Senpai, she's bad for you.
say, what's in this drink?
No cabs to be had out there.
Wish I knew how
Your eyes are like stars
to
right now.
break the spell.
I'll take your heart, her head as well.
Hard to say no, God
Mind if
no.
I move in closer?
At least I'm gonna say that I
What's the
tried.
sense in trying to
No, I
hide?
really can't stay.
Senpai, don't hold out. But Senpai, it's cold outside.
What are you doing?
Oh, just sharpening my kitchen knives. Don't worry.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna go then. Bye. Something must go.
But Senpai, it's cold outside.
The answer is no.
But Senpai, it's cold outside.
Welcome has
lucky that you
been so
dropped in.
nice and warm.
Don't worry, you'll have time to
My
mourn.
girlfriend will be
Gosh,
suspicious.
your lips look
My
delicious.
mother will be there at the door.
Chop the head off that stupid
My best
whore.
friend's minds are so
Gosh,
vicious.
your lips look delicious.
Well, maybe just half a cup more.
Never such a blizzard before.
I've gotta get home.
Senpai, you'd freeze out there.
I've got a warm coat.
It's up to your knees out there.
You've really been grand.
Touch my
But
hair.
don't you see?
How can you do this thing to me?
There's bound to be talk tomorrow.
Of my lifelong
At least there will be plenty implied. I really can't stay.
Get over her, damn it! But Senpai, it's cold. Senpai, it's cold outside. I asked nicely, you know. I'm not gonna ask again.
Leave me alone.